Good morning, good morning. Happy fall. It's fallish out there this morning. It's actually fall, cold, 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 cold. It is 41 degrees outside. So yep, we busted out like a warm shirt today and probably gonna wear a coat too when I go walking here in a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna get this shared over on my business page, Becky Piper, Life is a Journey, as soon as it shows up for me here. And happy Monday. Did you guys have a great weekend? Didn't really do a lot, but that's okay. It was time for not doing a lot because we've been so busy traveling, and a husband will be traveling again this coming weekend, but I'm staying home till Thanksgiving. Speaking of Thanksgiving, just ordered a couple of fun clothing items for the grands. Excited to get those in because you got to have Turkey Day clothes. Pretty excited. All right, let's get this collagen going. We're going to talk lashes this week. That's our focus of the week. Kind of changing things up a little bit. I'm doing like a focus of the week instead of like just focusing on like all over the place. So this week is lashes. Collagen is very good for your lashes, hair, skin, and nails. As is, we're going to warm up our mascara. That's another thing that's good for your lashes. Warming that mascara up. Whew. Yeah, but as I've noticed as I've gotten older, my lashes are not as robust as they used to be. So we're pulling out all the tricks and the stops. Like, yeah. I mean, I still have pretty decent lashes. I'm not going to lie. But I stay on top of them. Oh, I didn't bring it in here. I'll show you this on Wednesday, but I do use, in addition to my Quadro, which has a built-in lash serum, I've been using Eternal lash serum, and I try to remember to put it on every night, but it doesn't always happen. I think I remember the last name, but it's something that just goes at the lash line after you've got your face all taken care of and all the things going on. Helps with lash growth, but Quadra also has lash serum built in. I want to keep my lashes as long as possible. And mine I'm kind of happy with anyway because they've got some natural curl, but I've got some tips for people that don't have natural curl. Coffee. They say it stunts your growth, but I don't care. All right, so do I want to use Pinky Promise today or do I want to use Mauve? I think I'll use Pinky Promise. Did I get the right brushes out? I washed a bunch of my brushes yesterday. Aren't you proud of me? They were getting kind of grungy. It was time. Hopefully they're dry. All right, swiping this baby on. Isn't this a pretty color? I love this Pinky Promise color. And I could just leave it just like that. But what I'm gonna do is just kind of soften the edge. Grabbing a fluffy crease brush. Do I want to use? Yeah, that one. And I'm just gonna soften the top edge and bring it up a little bit. And I'm gonna leave like this, just the way it is. All right, let's get this going. So yeah, didn't do a ton this weekend. Found out that I'm probably not gonna be able to meet up with my friend as far as them coming for dinner on Saturday, which is sad, but I have to text him and make him tell me where they're gonna be, because I'd like to take him some of my Pillsbury recipe treats for him and the family to enjoy. Speaking of which, okay, let's get this blended out a little bit. Today's the first day that they start calling people to tell them they're finalists. I won't be able to tell you if I get a call. I won't. But, you know, between the 20th and the 30th is what they said, that people will be called to start the vetting process. Now, the vetting process when I was in it back in 2012 was they sent you this packet of information to vet who you are and make sure that you are who you say, and also to make sure that you haven't been in like a finalist before and all that kind of stuff. I've been a finalist. You can be a finalist, but I'm going to put a little bit of this underneath my eye here. But you can't have won a previous contest. I'm going to grab my crease brush just to kind of spread that out a little bit. Now, another tip, so they'll start the vetting process, and you have to return the documents within a certain amount of time. Otherwise, you get disqualified and they move on to the next person. So, yeah. I am ready for those documents. I will vet and vet and vet. And then I can't say a word because I told you, like, if I've notified that I'm a finalist, I can't tell y'all until the Pillsbury starts to promote people that are in the contest. Fingers crossed, y'all send up some positive vibes for me, phone call vibes. Okay, so I'm going to leave this pink just the way it is because this shirt, one of my friends sent it to me for my birthday. And it's shortest, and she suggested wearing like a tank top underneath it. So I chose a burgundy one. I got like a 4-pack of burgundy tank tops from Amazon. On the longer side. I wanted the burgundy. I wanted a pink, but it's kind of clashy with this. So yeah. Anyway, I won't be using that pink with that and then the white is not a white. It's a cream, which would probably be okay. But yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that one also. All right. Let's see. I put the primer on. I did the lashes. Okay. So, yep, we're focusing on lashes this week. And as I've gotten older, my lashes have like declined. Yeah. So thankfully the collagen is helping me with the, keeping everything under like in place. The gummies, the hair, skin, and nails gummies help too. And if you want info on either of those, just drop collagen in the comments and we'll talk. That helps as well. So biotin and keratin are the two main ingredients that help hair and skin. Collagen is something you stop producing when you're in your 20s, and by the time you're in your 60s like me, you're not producing any of it. So I'm just covering up some spots here. Yeah. Oh, and I also started using this. Friend of mine has the most amazing forehead. No wrinkles, and I got all the wrinkles. But she turned me on to this new product. I don't know if it's a new product, but a product. And I'm trying it out to see if it'll smooth out some of those wrinkles. Stay tuned. I've only been using it for like 3 days, so I think it says like a month for it to like start to really show up. So we'll see what's what. Stay tuned if you start noticing a difference in pictures, because my pictures, I do not use filters unless I tell you I've got a filter on it. I mean, there's some fun apps out there that do really fun things with filters, and so you'll know if I have a filter. But like everyday pictures, you see in the real face, you're seeing, all the wrinkles, all the lines that have happened to me since I have joined the 60 plus club. Well, I mean, the wrinkles started before that, but those things happen. All right, a little bit of spray. I'm actually going to have to open a new one of these. I feel like, yep, it's almost empty. A little bit of setting spray just helps to smooth out the foundation that you put on there and get it set in place. So I really try to work on my lashes as much as possible. I mean, using a really good mascara is one really good tip because you got to have one. But I like the Quadra because it's got the growth serum built in. And like I said, I've been also using Eternal. I can get you a link for that too. And so I've noticed that my lashes are, one, not falling out as readily, which is a good thing. Two, they are growing again, finally. And so that's always a good thing. And then, of course, the process which you use with your mascara is also very helpful. Now, if you've got like stick lashes, you may need a curler. And I have a heated one. It's all about the heat today, where it's 41 outside. I have a heated one and I have the old-fashioned kind. So I'm gonna attempt to show you the heated one today, although mine has quite a bit of curl in it already. I'm very happy about that. All right, good enough with that. As you know, if you've been following me a while, I also have free gifts that are on my, I'm gonna blend this out a little bit, on my site, and they change every Monday and every Thursday, which I heard a sneak peek that that's kind of the schedule that our Black Friday stuff will follow too. But today's is one of the Bare You sticks that is in a shimmer. And so if you purchase 3 things, you get that free. You also automatically always get free shipping, even if it's just one thing. All right, I'm gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that. If you look, there's a hair there. Okay, let's see. Let's put some other on. Some contour, a little bit of blush. And I'm gonna use the shimmery today so you guys can see it's one of these, but it's a shimmer color that you can use to like give your face a little extra shine. I've actually been skipping that step a lot lately. I use a powder one a lot. I gotta look at this because I have hair on my face. And oh, there it is. Yeah, I can't see those those hairs up close and personal. The eyes aren't what they used to be. So I have to use the 10x mirror to see those hairs and get those off there. Yeah. So I haven't been doing shimmery, but I'm going to do it today for you guys so you can see what a difference it makes. And it's just something a little bit extra to help give yourself a little extra glow, which we all need as we get older. Let's see, that's the shimmery one. Let's put some blush on. Love how these glide on so easily. Yep, and I used tinted moisturizer today, and I didn't do like a big old cover up on the age spots because, you know, age is wisdom, right? All right, a little bit of blush. Yeah, it's going to be sunny out there today, but I think it's going to be too cold to sit outside and read at lunchtime because when it's, you know, only 60, I don't want to sit outside in shorts and t-shirt. All right, so that's the blush. We got that going on. You can put the shimmer on now if you want, or you can put it on afterwards. I'm going to just go ahead and put it on now, and right above where that blush is, and then down the nose. That's the one thing I didn't do. And I like to blend this out with a finger. It just softens it a little bit. Just gives it a little bit of, yep, a little bit of pop of shimmer there. Let's get the, here my husband must have got a phone call. I want a phone call today. I want a phone call from Minneapolis that says, congratulations, you have been selected as a finalist. We will be sending you all the paperwork to confirm that you are eligible to be a Pillsbury finalist. And I will say, bring it on. I'm ready for it. My mailbox is ready for the papers. And I will get them back to you expediently. And I'm going to be here between now and Thanksgiving, so I will be getting the mail every day. And I will answer all the phone calls. You know how you get all the calls during the day, and they're like spammy calls? Well, we're going to say hello to all of them today, because I don't know where exactly that call is going to come from. Well, between now and the 30th, when I get the call, I will be answering the phone calls. Now, after I've already been notified, because, you know, I'm putting it out into the universe that I'll be notified, then I'll stop answering those spammy calls and let them go to voicemail. I don't want this one to go to voicemail. That's kind of what happened last time. Like, well, although I was working at CMU the last time I was in the Pillsbury, and I was, you know, got a phone call, and I don't think I had, for outside calls, I didn't have, like caller ID. We didn't have that. They may now, but we didn't at the time. So I picked up the phone. And when I picked up the phone, they asked if you know, is this Becky Pfeiffer? And I said, yes, it is. And they told me that it was the Pillsbury calling to let me know that I was a finalist in the 2012 Pillsbury Bake Off. I thought somebody was pulling my leg, but then I like hadn't told a bunch of people. I mean, I told my immediate family and all that kind of thing, and it didn't sound like any of them. So, yeah, that's how I was notified. So, yeah, I'll be answering all the phone calls today through the end of the 30th, because that's when they're going to call me and let me know that I'm a finalist. Okay, so I got the setting powder on there. I'm going to come back with a little bit more blush. Then we're going to talk lashes for 55 plus crew. And we'll summarize like the best tips. Like I've kind of been sprinkling them in, but we'll summarize at the end all of those best tips. And if you want a personalized consult on your best lashes, go ahead and say lashes in the comments, and we'll chat. We'll figure you out. Okay. Pretty simple look, but you can tell like without putting mascara on. Let's do our lips because we'll do lashes last. Without putting, I feel like there's something there. Without putting mascara on, it doesn't look quite finished. And even if you don't wear shadow, doing your lashes makes a huge difference. It just really opens up your eyes. And as we get older, we want to look awake. Get the lips lined. Apparently I'm going to overline them a little bit today because that's how it went on. I'm going to fill it in a little bit with a liner too. That just helps the lipstick grab on a little better and stay in place a little bit longer. Not that I really needed to today, but okay, let's find the lipstick I got out. What did I grab today? It's called Loaded, which is this color. What time is it? Oh, he's warming up the vehicle. A little too soon today. I mean, I know it's cold out there. All right. So if you need to curl your lashes, this is one option. It's a heated curler. You basically turn it on and it warms up. It's got 3 level settings. Oops. I have to wait. Or I don't have it charged enough, which is totally possible because it's been sitting on my desk. Let me see what it does here. But it looks like this. It's got a little like curler there. I have to wait for it to warm up. Okay. And then basically you just, I have to look off to the side because I have to look in here. See the lashes coming up there? You let it set on there. There we go. Now I know that you can let it set on there longer. And you can redo them if you need to, but it's just a little bit of extra curl. You always want to make sure if you're curling your lashes, whether you be using a heated one or an old-fashioned one that's not heated, that you always curl your lashes before you put on your mascara. All right, we're just going to let that go. All right, just a little bit of curl. I'm going to turn it off now. And it just folds up. Easy to carry. It can go with you like when you travel. It's got a little carrying case. It's over there. Like a little cloth one. Anyway, you charge it. It's rechargeable. Okay, so second tip, if you are past and you don't need to curl your lashes, or if you've curled your lashes and you're done with that, warming up your mascara really makes a big difference. All right, I am going to use 2 today because one of my friends and I forgot to warm this one up. So this one's going to warm up a little bit while I am putting this one on. And she said, oh, I use two. I use the Quadra and I also use the 4D. 4D gives it a little bit extra fibers. Makes it look like false lashes. Well, anyway, she's like, I use the 4D first and then I'll put the Quadra on top, but I have to get back with her because I actually recommend the opposite if you're going to use multiple mascara products, because I want the Quadra to be on the bottom because of the lash growth serum in it. Quadra also is a tubing mascara, so if you want to wear it by itself, when you remove it, it just takes a little bit of warm water and a washcloth to remove it, and the tubes just kind of like fall off. And you look like you have little speckles on your face. It's fine. All right, so I like to twist my mascara wand also when I'm putting on the mascara, because this one and also the 4D have two-sided brushes, so you can get a better coating and better experience with the brush by doing that. And I just use a real light coat on the bottom because you want those to grow too. All right, see what a big difference that makes? It's just one curl plus one coat of mascara. And this is Quadra, and you can wear it all by itself if you want, which I do a lot of days. I will wear it all by itself, but I wanted to show you what it looked like with a little bit of 4D on top of it. Now, 4D was the one that broke the internet when, and a lot of companies will say that, when it launched, but literally sold out everything we had, and we had a huge stockpile within a few hours. And it continues to be one of our best sellers because a lot of people really like the fact that it looks like you have false eyelashes on because it's got fibers in it. Now, Quadra has fibers in it too, so you're going to get the effect from that. But if you're going somewhere and you really want your lashes to stand out, this is the process that I recommend to those of us that are over 50. Because that's about when the lashes start to like deplete themselves and not be as robust and full. Now yours might be a little sparse. They might be stick straight. So if you have to curl them, you do. Make sure you curl them before you put any mascara on, and don't curl them again after you put the I know I used to do. I didn't know these things. I used to put the mascara on and then use a lash curler. And what that's going to do is really loosen up your lashes. All right, let's grab the 4D, which is not as warm as I normally like it, but it's going to have to do. Now you can warm this up in warm water too, or if you hadn't thought about it, you can warm it up in your hands too. But this one's got a ton of a brush on it. It's like a great brush, but you can do a coating of them on the top, like from the middle up of your lash. I wouldn't go all the way down to the base again. I use that base of them for the Quadra where that serum can go and do its job. But if you blink slowly as you're pulling through, you're going to transfer those fibers onto your lashes. Now look how much thicker that looks with the extra 4D in there. And yep, you can use the 4D all by itself too. But this just like, if you're going out for the night, or if you just want to have extra lashes, throw this baby on in this order and go on about your day, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out for a walk, then hopefully back in time to walk with my friends on Zoom, and then walk this afternoon. It's just kind of a normal day. Now, I went to Weight Watchers on Saturday. My weight was down a little bit, but not, it's kind of been about where it's been for the last several months when I went. But then yesterday I got up for no apparent reason. It was up another pound. I was not happy. And Sundays are my heavier calorie / food day. So I thought today when I got up, it was going to be like even more, but it wasn't. It was back in the 139s. So I was really happy about that. All right, I could play with my lashes all day long. Oh, y'all, maybe not have a all day to do that. All right. Isn't that amazing? It looks like I've gone out and gotten lash extensions, but I didn't, and I'm 62. So this is the combo I used. Quadra first, gets that lash serum down in there. It's tubing mascara, so when I remove it tonight, it's gonna like release those tubes and pull the 4D with it. So you're being super gentle on your lashes. Now the 4D just gives, like, it pumps up the volume. Cray cray. It's just crazy. All right. Have a fantastic day. I'm going to go get some walking in. I will talk to y'all on Wednesday. Bye.